My name is Baccellieri and I'm with Leupold Optics Academy. We're here today to talk a little bit about fundamentals of precision marksmanship and how to apply and address that weapon system with your body. Align yourself so that you can have rapid follow-on shots or be able to spot your own rounds without coming too far off a target. This is a great application for either sniping, whether it be military or law enforcement, hunters out there, or game players as far as sports that they're involved in, PRS, NRL, three-gun, anything with a precision setup where you want to be able to take rapid follow-on shots, calculate exactly how off target you were, and be able to follow up with a more accurate shot and get on target. Got my start and interest in shooting back in the 90s when I joined the Army on the National Guard side. From there, spent 3 years and then switched over to the Marine Corps. Spent 4 years on active duty Marine Corps, first 2 years in a boat raider unit, and then swapped over to a state platoon and spent a couple of years as a scout in a sniper platoon. From there, went back to the Army, finished out my career in the Army, teaching sniper school down at the Fort Chaffee schoolhouse. What we're going to talk about today is a little bit about precision fundamentals of marksmanship, how to align your body and address that rifle properly so that you're set up for the most success when you're behind the weapon system. All right, so as we come up to a weapon system, we've got the weapon oriented towards the target. From here, what we're going to want to do is center ourselves on that gun to the point where if the gun were to cut us in half, it would equally split our bodies. We're going to come down behind it into a double kneeling position, still centered on it, and come down into a double knee push-up to where the buttstock, the top of the buttstock of that weapon system is contacting us straight in the top of the sternum. From here, I'm going to take my hips and offset them towards my non-firing side, anywhere from 4 to 6 inches, whatever's going to be comfortable for you. But as you offset slightly, you need to keep in mind that the weapon should still be cutting down my firing side half of my spine, centering out, cutting through that right buttocks cheek and centering out between the heels as they're wider and the heels are flat. Now, we're not forcing our heels flat. We're simply relaxing our heels so we're not creating more movement from the back end of our body that will translate into movement inside of the scope. So from here, we've got our heels wide, flattened out as much as possible, buttstock just to the right of our sternum high, and we're going to take our non-firing hand and lift the gun. From here, we're going to get the gun in what we call the perceived pocket of our shoulder. Most people would believe is the pocket of their shoulder is a little bit wider on their structure than the actual pocket of their shoulder. So what I like to do is have people lock out their shoulder and their elbow and reach for the muzzle either of the scope or the weapon system as far as they can, and it'll force that buttstock closer to the center in the true pocket of your shoulder. From here, we're taking our firing hand, sliding it back, getting a decent purchase on the palm swell. A decent purchase. We're not death gripping it, we're not getting crazy with it, we're just getting a decent purchase and relaxed on that palm swell. From here, we beer can grip our rear bag. We don't cup it with our pinky and hold the stock or sort of shove it under there and put our hand in between them. We beer can grip that sandsock. Now, this is a tab gear sandsock. It's designed for several different heights. I can grab it here. If this is too high, I can hold it sideways and grab it here. I can also lay it flat and grab it from the side. So from here, we're gonna put this up against the bottom of the stock and we're gonna drop into the weapon system. Now, at this point in time, a lot of individuals like to load the bipods. Loading the bipods can actually change your consistency, and consistency is what we're really looking for in regards to long-range precision. So if I'm able to take these bipod feet, which are spiked bipod feet right now, and load into the dirt, I can really load into this weapon system, which makes me feel very, very stable when I relax behind the gun. The issue with that is if I transition this rifle over to where I'm on concrete or another medium where those spiked feet can't dig in and really get a good solid purchase into the ground, I'm now incapable of loading the bipods. Therefore, I've changed some consistency as far as this weapon system responding to the load that I've put on it, changing where my shot placement could possibly be. So I want to get behind those bipods, load them as much as I need to, no more than I have to. As I come in, I'm in the true pocket of my shoulder now. I've got a good solid purchase on my palm swell, my fingers straighten off the trigger, and I've got my rear bag gripped like a beer can behind it, all right, to where I can manipulate the muzzle to go up or down with micro adjustments based on how much pressure I have on the rear bag. From here, I'm gonna put my chin on top of that buttstock, and I'm gonna put slight pressure towards my firing side, and I'm gonna slide down, creating a cheek pillow that allows me to relax behind the weapon system and be able to close my eyes, go through a breathing cycle, open my eyes again, and I'm still in a perfect alignment with the scope and still on target with natural point of aim. The biggest reason why we talk about body alignment to the weapon system is all about recoil management and being able to place those follow-on shots rapidly and accurately. Now, blading yourself off the gun, which is very common in the firearms industry, doesn't help manage the recoil at all. So I only have a very, very small amount of my shoulder behind supporting the weapon system. The weapon's gonna wanna ride back. My shoulders are only gonna move so far because my body's planted to the ground. The gun's gonna rise and gonna wanna collapse. Now my shoulder and that buttstock junction become a fulcrum to collapse that system. And most people will find out that as they shoot, and they're a right-handed shooter, after the shot is taken, follow-through is completed, they see the scope to the left of their target. For a left-handed shooter, it will be to the right of the target. That's why we align our bodies directly up behind the weapon system, address the rifle in line to manage that recoil so that when the recoil goes, the firearm goes off, it comes back into our bodies, might rise a little bit, we implement follow-through, and we're right back to where our natural point of aim has set us up for success. This is only one aspect of the fundamentals of precision marksmanship. We talked today about addressing the weapon system and aligning your body to the gun. There's many, many other aspects that come into play that will make you a successful precision rifle shooter. Trigger press, breathing, natural point of aim, follow through. There's many that add on to this. This is just the beginning and the foundation of those fundamentals of marksmanship. At the end of the day, you need to train your body into making this your default, making it so that when someday when you do it wrong, it feels wrong because your body's default is doing it properly. You can come to us over at Leupold Optics Academy. We can walk you through a training session on how to do this properly. And there's a truckload of other instructors out there on the market that are amazing at teaching people how to do this so that they're successful moving forward. Bottom line, train it, work it, make it part of your lifestyle every time you go to the range so you're not wasting money and ammo, and we'll see you out there.